had a chance to talk to Josh Brolin a couple weeks ago.
Yeah?
And he said two things I wanted to ask you about. One, he said that he demanded to have the Spike Lee signature shot done on him in the film, the one with the dolly.
I wouldn't use the word demanded.
Okay, well that was his exact words, was he demanded it. I wanted to ask you about that. And I also wanted to ask you, he said that he talked to director Park and kind of got his blessing to do the film.
True. Before
he agreed to do it. Did you also talk to director Park? So
I never got to talk to Mr. Park. I'm a professor at NYU, the Graduate Film School. I'm also artistic director of the school, and he showed Stoker the same day I was teaching. And he doesn't speak English. I don't speak Korean. So we were working through his assistant, and we just couldn't make it happen to meet each other. But I did receive an email from him, translated by an assistant, and he enjoyed the trailer. I was looking forward to seeing the film. I don't think he's seen it yet. But Josh did go, I don't know the specific details, but he did meet with Park because Josh wanted his blessing. And at Park, he said, you know, I don't think it's a good idea. Josh is not going to do the film. And Park also told Josh, said, look, you have my blessing, but don't try to redo what we did. Make your own film. And that was my thinking from the beginning. I mean, I love Gus Van Sant, but why do that?
Right.
And again, I'm not, Gus is a great filmmaker, but that's just something I would. I mean, here's the reason why I use reinterpretation instead of remake. John Coltrane did not play the same exact thing that Julie Andrews sang in The Sound of Music. He took that, how long was that now? 16 minutes? My favorite thing? I mean, it's a 3-minute song. Many people have sang My Funny Valentine when Miles Davis played it is different. Who knows how many people have sung The Star Spangled Banner, but when Jimi Hendrix did it, Whitney Houston, Marvin Gaye, that was our approach, that to know that you have something that's great, and then, in full respect of that source, just make it your own. And so that was the mindset. Josh and I had that mindset that we know Park's film is great.
Yeah, following up on the signature shot with Josh.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. And he's, you said he didn't demand it. He said he did. Were you planning to do? Because it's the only shot you use that in the film. Were you planning to do it
more
otherwise?
No,
or more,
I only do it once.
Okay.
One per film. I knew I was going to do it. I just didn't figure out where. Mm-hmm. We're trying to where we're going to do it.
Was it difficult, sort of keeping the twists and turns from the original, keeping them fresh for an audience that maybe already saw the film and wanted to see this, and also, making it your own and keeping it fresh for an audience that hasn't seen it before, not telegraphing too much?
No, we definitely don't like to telegraph. I mean, that's one of my pet peeves with trailers today. Mm-hmm. I mean, I almost don't want to go. I just want to pop in when the movie starts, because you see the trailers, you see the whole movie. And I understand that today the studios, they cost more now to make a film. The prints and ads cost more, so they really can't take a lot of risks and say, fuck it, we're going to show them everything. But I'm just at the generation where, you got teased. I remember seeing those Alfred Hitchcock trailers, I just don't understand the mentality. Understand it, but I just don't agree with the mentality of showing the whole movie in the trailer. And with comedies, they really get you, because they put in a couple the best jokes, and then you think the whole film's like that.
I wanted to ask you about filmmaking.
Yes.
So much has changed with digital, and even the way people use social networking in filmmaking, and everything that's changed since school days and Do the Right Thing. How's the process changed for you, and the business changed for you since then?
Very good question. Thank you. Well, the world has changed. I mean, for me, here's an interesting thing. You know, I was being attacked for being on Kickstarter, and I just had to break it down. The principles of Kickstarter I used to make She's Gonna Have It made. She's Gonna Have It, we filmed that in 1985, came in 86. The final cost was $175,000. I didn't have that money. Friends, grants, donations. We saved our bottles for the nickel deposit. So the same principles we used for She's Gonna Have It, I used for Kickstarter, but now we just had technology. You know, there was no Twitter. I had to write pen to letter, postcards, letters asking people for money. So, but I don't get tripped up in technology. I use technology as a tool. Oldboy, we shot 2 per 35 millimeter. For The Blood of Jesus, we shot digital. We shot the new Sony F55. It's a 4K camera.
And what's your editing process? Are you using?
We Avid.
Oh, Avid.
Avid. Yes, I don't cut in the Steambeck anymore. I got them. You might want to buy a Steambeck?
Has that changed the process for you too, as in post-production?
The what?
The process changed for you in post-production as far as assembling the film?
Oh. Yes, you know what's good though? Because it used to kill me after you work all day. You need to watch 3 hours a day at least. Now I just get a link or a DVD and I watch when I want to watch it.
Yeah, can I just ask you one last
Yes.
question about Oldboy? Just why was Josh Brolin the right guy for that role for Judd?
I can't imagine anybody else playing that role. And it's a funny story. For a period of 4 years, Josh would always come to New York for a premiere of a film. American Gangster. What was the Coen Brothers film?
Country Roller.
That, Wall Street 3. There's another, was it Wall Street 2 or 3?
Two.
There's another film. So 4 years in a row, I would go to his premieres. I always meet Josh at the after party. Oh, I love your stuff, I love your stuff, I love your stuff. Let's work together. Next year, same thing. This happened 4 years in a row. When we talk about working with each other at the after party from one of these films. He was in New York for the premiere. And it finally happened. Josh is a great, great, great actor. I love him. He loves me. We get along great. And we want to work together many more times. I mean, we're like, it doesn't really happen that often, but we didn't have to, sometimes we didn't have to speak because we were thinking the same thing. We had the same outlook. We knew the film we wanted to make. So it was a wonderful experience. And also that was not special. He gained and lost that weight. He did that himself under the supervision of dietitians and doctors, but he gained 50 pounds and lost it for the role.
In 2 weeks or something.
Less than that. No, here's a trick thing. He had to lose the weight quickly. He lost like 25 pounds over a weekend. Because we have to have during rehearsal, all time rehearsal, he's eating. Mm-hmm. Pasta, peanut butter, protein shakes, just eating. And so there came a point where we comes out of the prison, out of the room, the jail. So that was on a Friday. And that following Monday, he had to be different. So he lost 2 days, something like that. You have to ask him. He lost like 30, 25 pounds. It was all water.
Yeah.
We had to lose it.
Or
Yeah. Not something I recommend.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Glad you like the
Thank you
film.
very much.
Yeah,
That was great.